We here at Mayhem Media
understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the U.S.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
And take two. Welcome, everyone, to Mayhem Media, Mayhem Tainments. This is our continuation of the MCU universe, Avengers Infinity War. I'm going to nail this better the second time. And we have our full quorum. J-Mac will be joining us in just a few minutes. Up in the top corner is from Popcorn and Whiskey, my favorite show, Andrew, the bald guy.
And take two. And for those who are just tuning in, yes, we kind of had a snafu a little bit ago, but we're on here now. That's all that counts. All right. Hey, when you go live, stuff happens. How you doing, everybody? Thanks for letting me be here. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Yes, this is going to be a really great episode because when it starts like that, then it only can go up from here. So in the opposing corner, from Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, is everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Slam.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all?
In the bottom right corner or underneath the bald guy is from Mayhem Media, the workhorse of Mayhem Media, and is, even though he was supposed to have this episode off, still helped me produce over 50% of it, the Wolf Man.
Hey guys, I got a big announcement to make. Next month marks 1 year since my last severe seizure.
Good.
Congrats. Yay. All right.
I do want to point that out. His last severe seizure. So just
love to hear that.
Yeah.
My last severe seizure was almost an hour. It was about little over 30 minutes long.
Yeah. So we don't want any of those for you. So that's great news. And then in the last but not least, you probably recognize him from our other show, After the Dragon, which follows HBO's House of the Dragon, Jedi Theorist.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Well, we're doing this. We're doing real good. I think everybody is because we got to do a rough take before we actually.
Hey man, you know what they say, man. Practice makes perfect.
Absolutely. So I really like this movie. I think this is the best movie up to date since in the chronologically in the timeline. And joining us now because we just got started, J-Mac. We had technical problems and I did not notice it. So you are getting here right at the beginning. From Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, the legend himself, J-Mac.
Thank you. Glad I could make it in time then, see?
Yeah.
Yes. God was with you, J-Mac. He wanted you to be a part of this episode, or we would not have done the first 10 minutes not live.
Well,
specifically so you could talk about Thor.
Yes, because I can't wait to hear how much you love Thor in this movie. So that's what I'm looking forward to most in this. I didn't want to miss that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad to talk about Thor.
This is one of my favorite movies, and it's because the heroes are on the rope through most of this. They face many defeats. We pick up right after the end of Thor Ragnarok with the Asgardians homeless, and we know it's Thanos' ship coming into the skylight. We pick up on Infinity War after the battle is already over. Thor is defeated. We lose Heimdall in the first few minutes. We lose Loki shortly after that.
Supposedly.
Hulk gets soundly defeated by Thanos for the first time, gets outpowered, outstrengthened, out everything. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in the episode too. But that's one of my reasons that I like, and I think this is the best movie up to this point. Like I said in the first take, the first Iron Man movie, of course, the movie that kicks it all off, that's always going to be special. And I don't think anybody can dispute that the first ever Avengers movie, getting to see the heroes together, is iconic and very special too. But this one, I think, is the number one movie so far in the timeline. Let's go around. Andrew?
Well,
please tell me we're live. Don't tell me we're not live again.
as far as I know, we're live. We're live on my page as well. Yes, I checked it all. We're live. Okay. This used to be one of my favorites. The more I watch it, the more it drops down. And I know I say that every time about these different movies, but there's just something about and you mentioned I don't like how they make Hulk more and more punier, if that's even a term. Every movie, he gets less and less strength. He gets punier, and I don't like that. And
I don't agree with that. And I think that in this Hulk, the reason Thanos defeats him so soundly is because of how much more powerful Thanos is than Hulk. It's actually to showcase Thanos's strength. When else did you find him puny?
When else? I mean, as the goes along, I mean, he can't do anything without the super suit.
Oh yes, okay. So you're talking about after this.
Well, isn't that in the super suit in this one?
Yeah. That's how he finishes. So Hulk doesn't come out. It's after he gets his butt kicked.
Yeah,
by Thanos, he doesn't come out for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. So he gets punier and punier and punier. So I don't like that aspect of it. I don't like, and you guys know how I feel about Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's a waste of superheroes. And I don't like Star-Lord's character, how he's all of a sudden he's superhuman and up to par with Tony Stark in the Iron Man suit. I don't like how they put him equal to everybody, because I think he's the now. So the movie itself, it works to an extent. But some of the characters I just can't stand, and I wish they weren't in it. So that's what gets me, and I don't like the evolution of how some of these characters go.
Okay, well, let's hold off on that for a moment, Andrew, because we are going to talk about the Hulk's evolution. Is one of those characters that I wanted to talk about in this episode, as well as Captain America. So let's go across. Uncle Slam.
I like the movie. Like I said, it's definitely one of my favorites. As far as the Marvel movies, I like the beginning. Like I said, I like how it picked off like right as like the ending of Thor, and then you see everybody get pretty much killed, and it was just sad because you don't usually see the Hulk get dominated like that. Like he used to dominate people, and Thanos just whipped the shit out of him like he was like 2 years old.
Yeah, he was.
And I think that almost I think that almost hurt his pride. Like that's why he didn't come back out. You know what I'm saying? He's never been like that, because he's a power guy. So he's always can outpower anybody. He's never had anybody that was just as strong as he is and could fight. I mean, because Thanos was giving him, a 2-piece and a biscuit and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't playing around. It was like bop, bop, bop. But liked the movie a lot. Like I said, it had a little bit of everything. It had some sadness, I mean, obviously, we'll probably talk about that later, certain sacrifices.
We're going to get some more deaths later on in this episode, yeah.
The only thing that really bugged me about the movie is that they could have stopped Thanos like 5 or 6 times, and the Avengers didn't. Like, I could count, like I made a list, at least probably 4 or 5 times that they could have stopped this whole movie, and he would have never got all 6 crystals.
We are going to talk about that also. Yeah. J-Mac, what about that gorilla press slam from Thanos on Hulk to finish the fight? That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Let me ask the wrestling, and I'll ask you that again. We'll circle back to you again, Uncle Slam, on that, because we'll ask the wrestling experts on the gorilla press slam.
He definitely went old school on him and said, "Here, let me show you how to military press." Now, I liked the movie. I There were some things about it, like, again, to touch on what Uncle Slam said, there were a few times I was like, why didn't they just do this? And we wouldn't be even sitting here, But I think overall it was the what if. It was the question mark about Thanos and what his plan was, this, that, and the other. It was the bringing everybody together again because we just got through with Civil War where everybody was divided, and then it brought them all together to where they had no choice but to fight together to, defeat this extraterrestrial threat that was, not even just for Earth, for the entire universe. There was a huge threat. And I've heard people say stuff like, well, if Thanos was such a good guy and he was trying to help, why didn't he just snap more food instead of snapping half the people away? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. There's all kinds of theories when stuff could have happened different ways, but I don't think you would have gotten a great movie with the way it did. There is one thing about the beginning. You showed a couple of the visuals talking about Loki and the Hulk and everything at the beginning. Yep. I did see something. It was funny because it just showed up last night on my feed, but I did see something and I never thought about it. And it plays back to whenever Loki was talking to Stark in the first Avengers movie, when he tells him, I've got an army, and Stark tells him, we've got a Hulk. Mm-hmm. Well, just before the Hulk goes off on Thanos in that scene, Loki says the exact same thing. We've got a Hulk. Yeah. So it just shows you, I do like how they've paid attention to the continuity and tried to play off the other movies. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
And I also want to say that that's perfect for Loki's character too. Something that was said to him with the outcome that ended up happening when he got his butt kicked by Hulk and smashed around the room. It's perfect for Loki to deliver the line to Thanos, thinking the same exact thing is going to happen to him. Right. So I agree with J-Mac on that. The continuity that the MCU has done, especially through the Infinity War saga, that is what made the Infinity War saga so good. We're not even done with it yet. We still got 2 more episodes before we're done with the Infinity Saga and 3 more movies. But that's what made it so good up to this point, is all the continuity of all the movies. Wolfman, what are your thoughts on it?
I personally think this was probably their most successful film, because I enjoyed how they incorporated all those superheroes. And can you imagine how many people they had to hire to get those characters into this movie in one movie? Not just separate, just one movie. That takes a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, that was all done with deals. You got to figure all these people signed when Marvel wasn't stupid. Robert Downey Jr.'s first contract with Iron Man signed him up for 5 movies. It was a 5-movie deal, including 3 Iron Mans and 2 Avengers, right? So they got these people locked in. I think even when they got Samuel Jackson, I think was locked in for something like 19 different movies when they locked him in. So credit to Marvel and Disney for knowing that the fan base would want to not see characters replaced, and doing their very best to lock in these actors to play these for, as long as they possibly can. Back to you, Wolfman. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, with Uncle Sam was saying about the Hulk, like, he got his butt whooped, like he whooped Loki's ass in the first Avengers movie, like when he was like throwing him around like a freaking rag doll, saying "puny god." So I'm like, well, you get some and you give some. So it's like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, starting off the movie that way with that was quite, like, that really puts you on the edge of your seat, I think, for the rest of it. Theorist, what about you? What are your thoughts on it?
Infinity War is probably one of my favorite movies out of all of MCU. I like the build up, obviously, to that movie, and then I liked how I like how they started the movie by showing like, hey guys, look, all these characters that you've grown to love and have loved their powers and all this other stuff. Yeah, they're not so tough now. There's somebody here, you can see that they can be beat.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if they didn't have this Hulk and they had like the 2008 Incredible Hulk, I feel like that Hulk would probably, for continuity's sake for the movie, he would still get beat, but I think he would have put up way more of a fight. Way more of a fight. And
You're of the opinion, kind of, that Andrew is saying, that you think that the Hulk has gotten punier or less, whatever, less Hulk, the more we've gone on.
Yeah, Hulk is definitely not stronger as he used to be, movie-wise.
Okay.
He's still strong, but and I'll also say this. I don't know. I think Thanos was right.
About what?
When he snapped about half of the
You're pro Thanos?
Yeah, sorta.
Okay.
I'll tell you why a little. It's a theory, but I don't want to get into it right now.
Oh, okay.
But sort of at the end of it, I'll get into it.
All right, then we'll save that. We'll sit on that. I can't wait to hear that stuff. I can't wait to hear about that. All right, let's do a little trivia, and then we're going to get into some other talking points. Who knows who this guy is? Now, I'm going to be honest. I prepared some other visuals, so the only reason that I know who it is because I prepared other visuals. So I'm not going to answer. Wolfman, hold off if you know the answer. Let's see if anybody else knows.
That's why
he is a Doctor Strange wannabe.
I can't think of his name, but isn't he teamed up with like he's with somebody. I can't remember.
Thanos' right-hand man.
Yeah, he's one of Thanos' goons.
And J-Mac or Slam, either of you guys know it?
I don't know his name, but I know he's like his right-hand man, like he's like his underling or whatever. But
coincidentally, and here's, we got some knowledge, and coincidentally, this guy is not technically Thanos' right-hand man. He's a mouthpiece for him. He's kind of like a if you would, a spiritual leader, if you would, and he's definitely one of the strongest.
He's the PR guy,
but yeah, he's not actually like the right hand.
He's Thanos' manager. That's what it is. Yeah.
And who they are is the Black Order, or in the MCU,
Ebony Maw. Yes, good God, I couldn't think of his name. Sorry,
yes,
I know I said that once it got up there, but
no, it's okay. But the Black Order, they haven't been called the Black Order in the MCU. They've only been referred to as the Children of Thanos in the MCU. But these are the four creatures. Ebony Maw. He's the one that we just had on the screen that controls things very much like a Doctor Strange, as Andrew was saying. Call Obsidian. He is technically Call Obsidian. He's the enforcer, the big strong guy. He is the strongest of the four. Corvus Glaive and his wife Proxima Midnight. Corvus Glaive would be the right-hand man or the general of Thanos' army, with his wife being being next in line with that.
Can I just say, is it me or is Cole Obsidian, was he like, I don't feel like he was like very strong. Like, I mean, he got beat up pretty easy, got killed pretty easy, got his arm chopped off. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like, I feel like he was the most expendable out of those four.
He is the general, but I think the whole him losing his hand scene when they were attacking in the streets of New York, I think that goes to show, like, he's strong, he's not smart. I think Call Obsidian's likely the dumbest of them, whereas the rest of the other three clearly have brains and skills and abilities.
Brains and brawn.
Call Obsidian is just all brawn, and I don't think he was very smart or anything. And he's the
all brawn, no brains.
The leader. I'm sorry, not the leader. Corvus is the general of the army. Call was just a brute enforcer. He's not like anything special.
He's the muscle.
And then just because I think those guys, at least three of them, I understand what you guys are going to say about the big guy, but I just wanted to bring up the actors who played each of these guys.
Really?
Michael Shaw.
I did not know that.
Yep.
He also plays Mercer in The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Cool.
Oops, sorry about that, everybody. I didn't mean to double click it. Terry Notary plays Cullen, the big brute.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Carrie Coon
Wow.
plays
Don't know her
Proxima
either.
Midnight.
Yeah, totally different.
And Tom Von Lawton.
No idea who that is.
I don't know any
Yeah.
of these good people.
I don't know him either.
That's why I brought the pictures. Not many of them were super well known, but I brought the pictures up so that you could see how different they looked from their actual, themselves compared to. I mean, I think it's a cool side by side of all those guys and in their makeup and out of their makeup. So that is all I have for the Black Hand, the Black Order. Sorry, not the Black Hand. This is not Turtles. All right, so
Just to go back a couple, I just AI'd it here. Infinity Wars cost between 316 million and 400 million to produce, making it one of the most expensive movies ever made.
with the cast, that sounds about right.
Yeah, but what did it gross? What did it
Billions.
gross worldwide?
I don't know. A
Infinity
lot.
Wars grossed
A
the
lot more
most
than
out
that.
of any of the movies up to
Yeah.
that point.
I think at least 2 billion, probably. Anybody looked it up yet?
I know
I
for a
will
fact.
real quick here.
I think Andrew is looking it up, so
Yeah.
we'll let him look it up.
$2 billion worldwide.
2 billion worldwide. So yeah,
just,
there
just,
you go.
just over 2 billion. Yeah,
Pretty good investment.
not too shabby.
Yeah.
All right. So some people wanted to talk about the Hulk, and let's talk about the Hulk and the evolution of his character here. Now we know that Marvel cannot do a standalone Hulk movie. They don't own the rights to the standalone. Well, they might now, but at the time all these movies were coming out, they did not own the rights to a solo Hulk movie. They had to pay Fox, which is why I'm sure they own Hulk now, but they had to pay Fox money to do the standalone Hulk movie with Ed Norton. So the plan, and Mark Ruffalo did not want to take on the role replacing Edward Norton unless they offered him a story, but it would happen throughout multiple movies. Thus, the events of Age of Ultron, of the first Avengers movie, Age of Ultron, Thor, Ragnarok, and now Infinity War. These 4 movies have not just been Marvel movies, but they have also been Hulk evolving movies. Okay.
Devolving movies.
All right.
I
That's
was
one way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. Now, I don't like jumping ahead. I've stopped you guys several times from jumping ahead, but just for the sake of the Hulk character, we are going to jump ahead for a moment because we know that where he's going is the gray Hulk. Okay. Now, he's not gray actually in the last movie. He's still sort of green, but it's a resemblance of the gray Hulk. Okay. The gray Hulk is when Bruce Banner figures out how to be the Hulk while he's Bruce Banner, thus pretty much eliminating the Hulk of it all. So I think the evolution, Andrew, if you will, goes to show the disconnect between Hulk and Bruce Banner. Remember in Thor Ragnarok, Hulk had been the Hulk for 3 years, right? Until he saw the Black Widow. Then he turned back to Bruce. Bruce said it was like Hulk threw me in the trunk of the car, whereas usually it was a hand on each wheel, right? He spent those 3 years fighting in those pits, in the champion pits, okay? And hurtling through space before he got there. After that, he gets summoned again to get his ass kicked by Hela and to fight at the end of Thor Ragnarok. So... and then he immediately turns around and proceeds to get his ass kicked by Thanos. So the refusal by Hulk to come out in this movie, I believe, is because the Hulk is tired of being a punching bag. He's only called upon to fight. The Avengers only want him in a fight. They don't want him for any other reason other than that, other than for physical violence. Is the only thing they want from Hulk. Otherwise, they want Bruce Banner. He just spent over 3 years plus, getting his ass kicked, and then he got his ass handed to him, or whatever Uncle Slam said. Uncle Slam, how did you say it? Can you say it again?
He hit him with a 2-piece and a biscuit.
Yeah.
Like, he gave him a
Yeah.
combo.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, so Hulk doesn't want to come back out because he's only used for violence. He's tired of fighting. He's tired of getting his butt kicked. So that is the refusal of Hulk to come out in this. At least that's in my opinion. Who does anybody else want to talk about Hulk?
Is that Hulk or is that Bruce?
In which one?
You talking about that Hulk didn't want to come out because he didn't want to fight anymore?
Yeah.
Is that Hulk or is that Bruce? Because Bruce usually is always fighting. Sorry, Jedi, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good. I was, but I was kind of agreeing with you. What I was going to say is that because when you go back in the comics, I mean, there's a comic where it explains what Hulk wants. Hulk wants to fight nonstop and become the only one left, and become like the only one that survived, and he beat everybody. Well, in this comic, at the end of it, you see Bruce Banner. He's old, really old, but he's laying down, and you see him. He's like grabbing his chest. He's feeling something, but Hulk inside is also feeling this something. It's like weird. He's never felt this before. He's like, what is this? Well, he figures it out. He's like, oh crap. Well, Bruce is dying. Bruce is getting ready to die. So I need to change. I need to come out now. I need to defeat Bruce before I die as well. And then he transforms into Hulk, and he never stops being that transformation because Bruce Banner died.
Yes.
So I kind of agree with. I think it's more of Bruce wanting to. I don't know. I think Bruce is kind of being a pacifist right now.
So you think it's attributed? So you think Hulk won't come out because it's Bruce, even though he's clearly half changing, and Hulk is the one saying no?
Yes.
Uncle Slam, you wanted to say something. Please go ahead.
I feel like I'm kind of like with Andrew. Like I do feel like they keep curving the Hulk, because if you look at him, and what was it? Was it the first Avengers movie? Like when Loki got in his head and he was, like destroying like half the city with Iron Man in the Hulk Buster suit or whatever. He seemed like Hulk, but lately he seems a little bit weaker and weaker, like every movie. Like he just keeps getting curved more and more and more. I don't know if it's kind of like what you said, that I guess the Hulk's getting tired of getting beat on, or if they're just making him weaker and weaker for some reason. Like, I don't know. But I definitely feel like he is getting, I don't know if you want to call it punier, but he does seem a lot weaker like than he used to be, like compared to like the first couple of movies.
Wolfman, before I round this topic out?
I think that they're just not figuring out what to do with the character. That's my personal opinion. I just don't think they don't know what to do with Hulk.
Interesting. I don't agree with that part, Wolfman. I do see your other guys' points, but I think it's all part of the evolution of Hulk becoming, or Bruce Banner becoming, the Hulk. Whether I don't know in terms of internally, like Jedi Theorist was saying, Hulk could detect when Bruce is going to die, so he changes stuff. I'm not going to get into the psyche of Hulk or Bruce Banner and the relationship there. That we don't have enough time for that. But that's what my opinion, and I'm not convinced of anything different. I think the Hulk was tired of just being used as a punching bag, and Bruce doesn't get to decide when he comes out. That's why he refused. Bruce is not the one that gets to decide. Hulk is his own person. He gets to decide when he wants to come out, if he wants to come out. That's kind of how I see it. See,
the flaw with that is the first Avengers movie, when Bruce says the key to bringing a Hulk out is, I'm always angry. So basically, he snaps his finger and it comes out. So
and that's the thing is like it's like he doesn't have control over that. It's once I get angry, there is no choice. The Hulk is coming.
But he says that's
right.
I'm always angry.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's not. I don't feel like it's something Bruce can control.
Yeah. See, I got just the opposite. He can control it because he says I'm always angry, and basically turns into the Hulk.
I think he figured out how to control the Hulk, but I think as more and more events happened, listen. All right, so between the Incredible, Mark Ruffalo was still the Incredible Hulk, even from the first movie, even from Ed Norton's. It's the same character. They're Mark Ruffalo, Ed Norton, playing the same Hulk, the same character.
Right.
Okay, so after the events of the Hulk, if you remember the end of that movie, he actually starts meditating, and then he opens his eyes and they're green, and Ed Norton is smiling. Bruce Banner believes he's figured out a way to control the Hulk. Actually, this plays right perfectly to what I'm saying. Bruce Banner thinks he can control the Hulk. He's always angry. So when he hits that switch and goes that extra degree or whatever it is of anger, and the Hulk just comes out. But the Hulk is still a person. He's still a sentient. He thinks for himself. He has his own thoughts. He's still the Hulk. And I still believe that the Hulk got tired of being summoned by Bruce Banner whenever Bruce wanted him. He was tired of being controlled by Bruce. I do believe Bruce did have control briefly until the Hulk got tired of that control, thus the events of Thor Ragnarok, where he stayed in. I don't know. I'm saying if you don't see the Black Widow, if he doesn't see the Black Widow in the Quinjet, Hulk doesn't turn back to Bruce. That him seeing Black Widow is the only reason Bruce was able to come back out of the Hulk. So I think the Hulk had taken over. And then when he saw Black Widow in the Quinjet during the events of Thor Ragnarok, and he turns back into Bruce, and that's when he says, "Oh, it was like the Hulk threw me in the trunk of the car, and he was just driving."
No, he turned back before he saw the Black Widow because when they escaped, they got into the ship, and this is before he saw
later in the movie. That's later in the movie. He's Hulk when Thor arrives I'm totally drawing a blank on the planet. And
whatever.
then they find the Quinjet, and it's Black Widow doing the message of, "Hey, it's time to return home, big guy." And Hulk smashes the Quinjet, trying to stay in Hulk form, but eventually reverts back into Bruce.
Okay, all right.
And then at the end of the movie, he jumps off the thing, lands on the light bridge as Bruce Banner, and then turns into the Hulk in like a kind of weird comic book scene that they did.
I mean, I guess you could say so. Like, I mean, they're within himself. I mean, are they going for like whose mindset is gonna hold dominance? You know what I mean? Is like, no, Bruce Banner's gonna be the one. It's like, no, you don't control me, I control you. And they're like, no, you don't control me, I control you. They're constantly going back and forth. I don't know. I would kind of like to see him be the big bully that he can be, that we know who he is, but also have that level mindset of Bruce.
They actually do in the comic books later on, but he's called the Maestro. That's when he becomes actually like he keeps Banner's intelligence, but he actually has the Hulk's temperament, evilness. Like he doesn't have pity. He can fight, but he's also a genius at the same time.
Yeah, that's along the lines of the Gray Hulk there, which is what they did. Now, I don't know what they're going to do for Doomsday, but we're not there yet, so we'll just have to see, because I believe that's going to be another evolution of the Hulk character as well. Have
y'all seen the trailer for Doomsday?
I have, but let's save that for later.
I'm sorry.
We will get so bogged down into 30 minutes of that trailer.
You're right.
2-minute trailer we will talk for 30 minutes about easily without
I got a question.
Yeah,
watch
go ahead,
the new Spider-Man.
I don't know if you guys remember, was it the Hulk or the Incredible Hulk when he always wears the heart monitor when his heart rate rises? Is that
that was the Ed Norton version?
Yeah.
Which is the
why
same
did they get rid of
same Hulk?
They don't have that in the Avengers because Mark Ruffalo doesn't wear the wristwatch.
Because he figures out how to control it.
But a version of that, I'm gonna foreshadow something for those who haven't seen it. I know Uncle Slam has, and I have. You'll see something similar come back in the new Spider-Man movie when you watch it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I haven't seen it myself.
It was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I don't want to get into that too much, but he was talking about the monitor and stuff and everything. You will see something similar to that once we get to the new Spider-Man movie, because it does kind of play into effect.
Yeah, I was
with
about
that.
to
I'm
say,
hoping to take my fiance to see it.
All right, let's talk about another point that we wanted to. Oh, Captain America. I think Captain America is going through the similar progression that Hulk is. If you look at all three of his movies and the Avengers, especially his uniforms, go look at his uniforms. They change each time.
Yep.
They
If you
get
look at
darker.
them, and if you, yeah, they get darker throughout all of them. So,
I have a theory on that.
what's your theory on that? Let's hear it.
I feel like that the reason they kept getting darker is because not that Captain America wasn't still the patriot that he always was to doing the right thing, but I think that Captain America has seen that it's not always black and white. There's different shades of gray, and you have to be able to work within that to get to do. You can't always be Johnny Good Guy. You sometimes have to do things that you don't want to do to get the good
Gotta get
results.
dirty.
Yes.
Yes, I agree, and I think that that was intentional by the writers and Kevin Feige or Feige. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So if there's any viewers out there right now, holy cow, we got a lot of comments that I wasn't paying attention to. Actually, many of them are from Jason.
it looks like I don't know.
Thanos wanted to play God. You're absolutely right about that. He was talking. Yeah, it said about Hulk getting his butt whooped while we were talking about Squidward.
Oh, about Ebony. Ebony
No,
looking
Tony
like,
calling Thanos Squidward in their battle scene, which is actually where I'm gonna take us next. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I got lost there with the amount of comments that I thought we had. It was just Jason leaving a bunch of comments and someone else from Twitch or Kick leaving spam. All right, this is the other scene that we wanted to. I believe someone wanted to talk about and bring up. Someone brought up. Was it you, Theorist, or I don't remember who it was? Said about how many chances they had to stop.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
okay.
that was Uncle Slam.
Yeah.
So this is the one that I want to start with, and then we can talk about some of yours, because this is in my opinion, this is the only time that they actually had him defeated and then let it slip through their fingers, in my opinion. So
Yeah, they did.
what do you guys think? Is Star-Lord responsible for the snap?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes and no.
I
Slam?
agree with the yes and no.
Well, let's go to Slam first, and then we'll see what Jay
All right.
has to say.
Okay, like I said, I've kind of compiled a list of all the people that could have stopped Thanos and ended this whole story. First, we have, let's see, Doctor Strange could have destroyed the Time Stone. No Time Stone. He couldn't have had the other stones. He couldn't have went back in time to get any other stones that happened.
But
Everything would have been shut down. Go
But
ahead.
that's what they wanted. That's what they proposed that in the movie. But Doctor Strange was against that because of him saying, he's meant to protect the Time Stone. Their order is to protect the Time Stone, not destroy it.
But what's more important, one Time Stone or half a trillion lives?
As far as Doctor Strange is concerned, I would say that keeping the Time Stone.
Yes.
That's what his.
Like I said,
is. But I understand that point. What's your other one?
Okay. The other one we had, let's see, Vision could have destroyed his Infinity Stone.
I don't think Vision possessed the power to destroy the.
I'm sorry. Wanda could have, because remember, she had the power towards the end of the movie.
You're right. She did, but she did destroy it at the end of the movie, and then Thanos used the Time Stone and backed it up.
But instead of waiting, she could have just went ahead and done it.
Yeah,
and ended everything.
My counter argument to that is once he got the Time Stone, the game was lost. So it didn't matter what happened to Vision after that, or the Time Stone, or the.
Well, see, I don't know about that
Stone.
Because the Reality Stone, when you start thinking about, okay, Reality Stone controls reality. Like even if you go back in time, if you can change reality, doesn't that kind of overplay time? Like if you go back or what? I mean, I don't know. See, that's a deep kind of deep thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, you're getting it.
Yeah, I mean, that's going really deep. Okay, but we'll go to the next one. Okay, next we had, of course, Quinn could have stopped it. Gamora could have killed herself that way because she's the only person that knew where the Soul Stone was. And if she was dead, nobody else would have knew.
There you go. There's definitely one I can agree with. If
And
Gamora would have done that, yeah.
Thor, if he had chopped off his head instead of hitting him in the chest, like he said
Yep.
at the end,
Yep.
that's another time they could have stopped it. So that's at least 4 or 5 times. All this could have been over with, done with.
Or
But the
even
Avengers
not the
dropped the
head,
bomb.
just chop off his arm.
Smart move too, yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I do agree with those last 2 points, Uncle Slam. Yes, those are very valid points where they could have also won before the snap. But this was definitely one.
Yes,
Chris
yes.
Pratt, they definitely had it, and even shorthanded. And that's what I like about what Thanos did. He really separated. I mean, Avengers were separated anyway, but then he also led them in 2 different directions. So you did not get a united front. You got 2 battles in this movie, but neither one of them was with the full team of the Avengers. And
Smart move.
neither one really had somebody sold by themselves to finish to be able to kill Thanos, with the exception of maybe Thor.
Yeah.
Because Scarlet Witch wasn't strong enough in Infinity War.
Nope.
So she wasn't strong enough yet to defeat Thanos by herself. Yes?
So we're at the point where he snaps his fingers and basically wipes half of everything out, right?
Well, I haven't gotten there quite yet. I actually had 1 or 2 visuals I wanted to.
Okay, I'll save it. I'll save it.
Yeah, okay. Only because Wolfman. This is what I love about Wolfman's skills and how he's progressed as a visual creator. Of course, it's just great. It's great. It's not a really strong question. It's not a hard question, but it's great. It's a fun.
Doctor
question.
Strange.
It's very punny.
Yes. It's very, very punny, Wolfman. That's one of my favorite ones. So.
Well, I just had to string you along.
I see what you did there.
All right, so the Battle of Wakanda. After the battle, and he gets the Time Stone, which I didn't have any visuals for. I did not get any visuals from the first battle, except for Star-Lord and Doctor Strange. But we know he gets the Time Stone. He defeats him. He gets the Time Stone because we enter. Actually, before we get to that, because Doctor Strange says there's only one chance for them to beat Thanos, right? So I got a quick fan theory, and it is going to involve us having to jump ahead again here. It's not the only way that they could have defeated Thanos, but it's the only way they could have defeated Thanos and not lost the planet. Because if you jump ahead to the Immortals, is that what it is?
The worst movie they
I
ever
watched
made.
about 5 minutes of it and turned it off.
Yes, but it's important to the canon for just a second.
It's
And
right up
it's
there with
fan
Thor.
It's important to this canon. It's important to this fan theory about why Doctor Strange says that he only sees one way for them to succeed. Okay, we know from the Immortals. The Immortals, is that what the movie is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
That
Eternals.
once the Earth reaches a certain population mass,
Are you talking about the Eternals?
the Eternals. Thank you.
Okay.
Immortal. Yeah, this is not Hulk Hogan. The Eternals. We know from the Eternals
Let me
that-
tell you something, brother.
We know from the Eternals that when the
Take your
Earth's
vitamins.
when the Earth's population reaches a certain point, that the big celestial comes through and destroy the Earth. If the snap doesn't happen, the celestial comes 5 years earlier, and the Avengers aren't powerful enough and aren't in a position to be able to defeat that. The Earth gets destroyed because of the other events. So that's just a little fan theory there. I just wanted to point that out because we can talk about the continuity between the movies and how they all end up tying together. And I just wanted to throw that out there. It may be a little far-fetched, but I thought it was very interesting when I saw it.
Yeah, but they didn't stop him last time, did they?
What?
Like when did they stop? Like one of the the big guys or whatever that came
The
to
Celestial.
Yeah.
In the Eternals movie, the Celestial doesn't begin to exhume until after the events of Endgame. So it's not until the snap comes back and all the people who are snapped away come back, and it puts the Earth over that threshold.
The population, okay.
Yeah. All right. Battle for Wakanda. in my opinion, the Battle for Wakanda is a great scene. Definitely one of the best battle scenes, in my opinion. I like it. Knows where this is.
If we don't know what you just said, it kind of went womp womp
Yeah.
womp womp.
Yeah.
Okay. So who likes the Battle of Wakanda?
I do.
Me.
It was pretty good.
Does
It's
anybody have
intense.
anything? Does anybody have anything specific, negatively or positively, they want to say about the Battle for Wakanda?
It's a great build up.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with that statement.
When I will say one thing about it, like when Thor showed up, that was about the only time I was ever excited to see him.
I can't believe we got him to say he's excited
Oh,
about that.
God.
I mean,
He's
but that's
becoming a
just because of the
fan.
fact that I was no, I was just hoping that I was more a fan of the axe than I was Thor, but I was just hoping that it was
I guess
like
you're just not
okay,
cutting it.
right, well, right. But I was
You're on a roll,
like,
man. You're on a
okay,
roll.
right. He thinks he's punny, but no, but the thing that got I was like, okay, he's going to show up. It made me question how it was going to end. Because when he showed up, I was like, oh, okay, well, Thor's here. He's going to stop him from getting this.
Yeah.
So how is he going to get his hands on that last stone or whatever? But then, of course, like you said earlier, should have went for the head.
Yes.
And boom. That was about the only time I was excited to see Thor. So,
Should have went
yeah.
for the head, and then of course the snap. Now, before we go,
Look at that stupid look on his face too. Like, duh, yeah, I should have.
Yep. You had something you wanted to bring up before we get into the final points and some of the post-credit scenes in our rating.
Who?
Theorist, didn't you?
Oh.
What is it?
You had
You want to
something
talk
you
about
wanted to
your
bring up
theories
for the
about
end?
Thanos and killing half the population?
No, you already said it.
What?
It was the celestial theory.
Oh,
okay,
I ruined your theory. I ruined your plan. I'm sorry, bro.
About the celestial seed growing. Because
Okay.
apparently there's a celestial seed inside the planet. And the more and more and the more and the more the population grows, it's like it feeds it energy. And then that's why the theory comes in on why he snaps every half thing away, delaying that to happen.
I didn't mean to steal your theory, Jedi theorists.
Oh, you're good, dude.
But yes, I like it also. So I'm glad at least someone else was aware of it and lends it some credence. So I think that was pretty cool and a great way for them to make the Eternals a more valuable movie within the timeline, because otherwise it's crap. But let's
That movie was awful.
It's still
there's one thing I want to point out before we get to our reviews, and then the final thing. Doing the snap and wiping out half the population. Look at the gauntlet and look at his arm already.
It's burnt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I brought that up now in this episode because there's a point that I'm going to make up when we get to Endgame as well. So I just wanted to bring that up and show everybody that the first snap, just eliminating the population, scarred his arm,
Well, that was
the gauntlet.
That was because it wasn't complete, was it?
No, it's just the power from it.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was from the power. I believe it was from the power of him using the stones to wipe out half the population.
Right, but did he have all the stones at that point?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why after Thanos hits him in the chest and then he snaps his fingers. All right, so let's give our ratings. I'm going to go first. Like I said, I think this is one of the best ones out of the whole franchise so far. And I don't recall if I've given a 5-star yet. I might have, or a 5 Jolly Rogers. I might have on the first Avengers movie. But this is definitely, if I haven't before, getting a full 5-star, 5 Jolly Rogers from me on this one. Andrew?
3.5 sips. 3.5
Oh,
shots.
3.5.
3.5.
Wow, really?
I don't like the way they made the Hulk be non-Hulky.
You're taking a star and a half. You're taking a shot and a half off.
I don't like that, and I don't like Star-Lord. I think he has the worst character ever in the MCU. I can't stand that guy. I like the tree and the gopher better than him.
The gopher.
I love that you call him the gopher because nobody can get it right.
The trash panda.
The rabbit.
The rabbit is
Yeah,
clearly
yeah,
the,
the rabbit.
is clearly the smartest amongst
the
you.
gopher better.
Oh man, yes. Okay. Slam, what about you, buddy?
I'm gonna give this probably 4.5 to 5 slams. I really liked it. Like when I was rewatching it, I almost felt like I was watching it for the first time because I was really into it.
Me too.
I think it has some pretty good quotes too. Like one of my favorites is I'm pretty sure it's Thanos that says, "The hardest choices require the strongest wills." I think that's right before he killed like Gamora, when he threw her off. And then of course when Tony was talking to Doctor Strange, he was like, why did he do it? And then Strange replied, "It's because the end game is now," which is I guess referencing, towards the end of the the next movie or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the movie, really couldn't find anything wrong with it besides it being almost 3 hours. I'm pretty sure it was 3 hours, wasn't it?
It was
Something
long,
like
yes.
that.
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5, 2:45, something like that.
Yeah, basically 3 hours. Besides that, but it didn't seem like it drugged, honestly, to me.
No.
So I liked it a lot. Like I said, 4.5, 5 stars is easy. I mean, slams.
Yeah,
I don't
is it just me, or does anybody else think Gamora is smoking hot?
Oh, yeah. No, I have a thing. I definitely share James T. Kirk's.
I was getting ready to say the same thing, man. She is the poster child for James T. Kirk, the Green Woman.
I prefer
Lieutenant
myself.
Uhura.
I'm a little more partial to the Andorians, but Gamora is, she's fine too.
But the funny thing about it is she did play Uhura.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
the new Star Trek movies.
Yeah, I know, it's great, right? Yeah, exactly. The same actress plays both Gamora and Uhura in.
And she plays
contract. So I want to point out that Gamora also, she is one. So that's Gamora, gone before the snap. Loki, gone.
Supposedly gone before the snap.
Yeah,
Heimdall,
Loki supposedly
gone before the snap. And
What do you mean supposedly?
my
Why wouldn't they?
my visual for Vision, it did not upload, and I did not realize that until just now. So, but Vision also gets killed before the snap. Okay,
Yep.
so, and I bring that up because after he snaps his fingers, we lose a lot more people. But all of those people do not come back if they fix the timeline, right? Those are all gone before it, so they don't get to come back. Or maybe, so we think. J-Mac, go ahead with your rating.
Before I get into my rating, I do want to say something else. There is a scene in this movie that, as a dad, just
go ahead.
absolutely ate at me. Not in a bad way, but it was just like
That's the other visual that didn't upload.
Peter, Spider-Man didn't have a dad, and his Uncle Ben was killed. When, as a dad myself, when Thanos done the snap and Peter started to disappear and he was laying on that ground and he was talking to Stark and he looked at Stark and said, "Please, sir, no, I don't want to go." My heart dropped out because I was like, you as a parent, and I feel like Tony was kind of a dad to him. You as a parent want to do everything you can, to save your kid in any situation. You know what I'm saying? And in that situation, all I could see is my children, aka Theorist over there, and his brothers and sisters. I was just like, oh my God, my whole heart sunk whenever that happened, because just the helplessness of there's nothing I can do. And here goes a childlike figure in my life. That just the way that Tom Holland played that and said that line, it just tore my heart out.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So do y'all know why Peter was freaking out so bad during that?
Because he was tingling all over, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
His spider senses were going off, and he was feeling everybody die around him and himself. He doesn't know what death feels like.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
didn't
I
think
never
about
thought about
that.
that.
Sense.
But
Yeah, as
the
soon as he snapped his
sensation,
fingers, just the
the
spidey
sens-
sense
yeah.
probably was overwhelming to
Yeah,
him.
this is just the sensation of his own death was crazy, but he's feeling everybody else's at the same time.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
And
the
he's
spidey
never
sense
felt
had to be
it.
going
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I never thought about that either. Yeah.
But as far as my rating and stuff, I will give this. I'm gonna have to echo Uncle Slam's sentiments, and I'm gonna have to go 4.5. I'm gonna go 4.75 headlocks.
I want to see. I want J-Mac when we meet face to face sometime. I want you to put me in a 3/4 headlock.
Okay, I sure
All
will.
right.
It's one where you put it in there, you just don't clamp down hard.
Gotcha.
you know?
Okay. Well, man, go ahead, buddy. Let's
You're smelling his armpit, pretty much.
That's it. Yeah.
let's hear your rating, Wolfman.
And that's not what The Rock is cooking.
I got to give it 5 out of 5 Jolly Rogers.
Excellent.
It's probably one of the best Marvel movies they've made.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Theorist, what is your rating on it, sir?
Okay, well, considering how the movie was, how it turned out, and I will also say that it came out in 2018, and I graduated high school in 17, so I was still on the younger the side of where me and my buddies would still go and, look at all this stuff and all this stuff. So nostalgia, just being hyped I just wanted to see everybody fight, see everybody's powers, and see what everybody can do. I give it a solid 4.5 metachlorians.
Excellent. And I just
What is a
realized how young
metachlorine?
a medical. Oh man, that's Star Wars, but because he's Jedi theorist, so he likes his picks or his ratings are metachlorians.
That's how they judge whether or not you're going to be a strong Jedi or not.
Is it a drink? Is it a food? Is it a thing? What is it?
It's in your blood. It's what helps the Force come out in you, and it shows your power with the Force.
Yes, it allows you to manipulate the Force. The higher your metachlorine count, the more you can manipulate the Force. Supposedly.
That is an extra nerd thing right there. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
Well, you are on Mayhem Media, and we're in the middle of a comic book show. There's two. When you come to Mayhem Media, expect one of three things at least right now: comic books or movies, sports and football, and professional wrestling. Those are pretty much the three primary
nerds
that we're doing.
Right. Shout out to Louis Skolnick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys calling us nerds are still sitting here talking about it. So just
You're right. No, I'm not talking about the meth.
No, not meth. No.
Metachlorians.
Yeah, metachlorians.
Man, that's what they got down on 7th Street, Andrew.
Nah, bro,
That's the metachlorian people, man.
You have to go to Berry Hill and Harrisburg for that. I'm sorry.
They collect that shows how much meth is in your system, man. The metachlorians.
Yeah, Maul's not.
Wasn't that from
Maul's
Breaking
not
Bad?
mad. He's just tweaking.
Yeah, that's what.
Right.
All right.
This is what you
Metachlorians
look
from
like
Breaking
on
Bad.
Metachlorians.
Before I get to the post-credit scene, does anybody else want to bring anything up about the movie itself?
No, I think that's all I got on that.
All right.
We went from Revenge of the Jedi, or Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith to Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, we've
Absolutely. And the post-credit scene, we see Nick Fury and Maria Hill get snapped away, and we get to see the fallout of what would happen in a big city if 50% of the population was
Anybody else
wiped
think
out.
she's hot?
no.
And then we get this.
Marvel.
Brie Larson. No.
We all know what it is. We know that Captain Marvel is
The second worst friggin' Marvel character ever.
I have to disagree with J-Mac, but only because I think Captain Marvel might be the first worst character.
I
Oh
think
in the Marvel
Star Lord by
universe.
far is that.
I don't like
question.
Captain. We got two movies coming up next. We have Captain Marvel, and we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and that is going to be. Wait, it is Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania, right? That's the second one.
I can't wait to crap all over Captain
Quantumania.
Marvel next
All right,
time.
I'm going to talk for a minute. I'm going to let someone else look it up. Someone look it up what the next two movies are. But it's the Ant-Man and Wasp movie and Captain Marvel movie. That's what we're going to be doing in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that, we'll be finishing our Infinity War coverage with Endgame. So we only got 2 more weeks or 4 more weeks, 2 more episodes until Endgame, and then we are going to continue on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I'm kind of doing this like chapters. So we're going to wrap up the Infinity War, and then we'll begin talking about the road to the multiverse.
I just want to say one more thing.
Yes, please.
So this is kind of like a little news tip for everybody here or anybody that has watched Infinity War, Endgame, whatever. They are re-releasing
Yeah.
Endgame because they are adding in more scenes and stories that is going to tie in Doomsday. So you're gonna have to go rewatch it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
hell yeah.
revisit Infinity War.
No, Endgame.
Endgame, yeah, whichever one
Because of
this is.
why? Say that to me one more time. Because of
Okay,
why?
so they're re-releasing Endgame to theaters because they're adding in brand new scenes.
Yes.
They went in and filmed more stuff to fill in the plot holes of certain things, and
To play off Doomsday.
Yeah,
I
those
do
scenes
not have a problem with that at all, and I'm going to tell you why after we finish Endgame, because I have a lot to say about where we were going after Endgame and where we're going now are 2 different locations, and we are going to talk about that and why that happened as well. So we will save that for Endgame, but I don't have a problem with that, theorist. In fact, I kind of like that because of the way they had to change their plans.
right.
I mean, because they were doing it through series. We're gonna be referencing at this point when we finish the Infinity War saga, we will be at the very least referencing the TV series.
Yes.
I'm not going to be talking about the series. We're considering doing something after we get through the movies. Doing a separate show on the individual series. Almost no one on this panel is interested in doing the individual series, so the series episodes will look completely different than this. But we're not going to be able to, once we get past Endgame, we won't be able to continue on without talking about some of the series, because that's when the series do start influencing the MCU as well.
I just think the only series that was good that came out of Marvel in the last recent 5-6 years was Loki.
I like WandaVision too.
I like WandaVision, but I know Loki.
I won't judge that one because I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a really good series. And
I like Wanda and Vision.
It works if you watch the Multiverse of Madness. You need to watch WandaVision because it explains a lot of who she is when Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness comes around. That's what I mean by we will be referencing some of the series because there's no way around that.
Okay.
All right. Any closing remarks, or I'm gonna. You know what? Let's do this. Andrew, tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, and when, and give your plugs and stuff.
Popcorn and Whiskey is one of my shows. The other one is Top Fitness Strategies. If you're over 50, want to get healthier, let me know. Popcorn and Whiskey I usually do on a Friday or Saturday evening. That might be changing coming up, but I just talk about whatever's on my mind, and I drink and eat online, and I usually have guests as well, and we have a good time with it. So follow me on my page, Andrew Paletto, and Facebook, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite shows. Great, easy listening. So Slam, J-Mac, which one of you wants to plug whatever? Slam, let me do it.
He said, I'll let the legend.
Yeah. Go ahead and do it then.
Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc every Friday night, 8 o'clock. We usually do a guest interview, and then we try to do like either a recap about 9:30 of the week in wrestling or a topic-based thing. Come join us. Check us out on all the socials. We're on all the major ones. This week we've got Ben Sheeran from the Ben Sheeran brand at 8 o'clock. So come check us out and watch us live.
And Jedi Theorist, tell everybody where they can find you and some of the content you make.
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch. I am going to be starting a team building series on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's a mobile game, so if anybody plays that, come check out.
Good game.
come check out the streams. We're going to be doing team builds, strategy stuff, tips about who you can put together and all that good stuff. I usually do those, or I'm going to start doing those on Fridays through Sundays. Timing, I'm not really sure on the timing. Just hit the follow button, turn the bell on. You'll get the notification for the live and come join it.
Boom. Hey, tell my daughter-in-law behind you. I seen her a couple times. Tell her I said, hey.
Hey, honey, Dad says hi.
And of course, the reason he can't always give everybody times is because he's contracted under Mayhem Media to perform under several more series. So get used to seeing him under the Mayhem Media banner for a long time as well. Wolfman, what do you want to plug, buddy?
My next in-person appearance will be September 11th here in La Crosse at the River Rumble, where I'll be meeting the one, the only Shane Douglas.
Oh, there you go.
So, and it would have been my father's 64th birthday. So, happy birthday to my dad.
Yes, absolutely. And we will share pictures from Wolfman's events. I'm behind on that. He just did another one. He's doing too many events. I can't keep up with his events. So I don't know how
popular.
How did I turn into Wolfman's publicist, by the way? How did that happen?
Hey, stranger things have happened.
How did that happen? What happened here? This is my company. I'm running his publicist. His publishing now? No, this is not right. Something's wrong. Something's wrong here.
You can always have Connor do it.
We're going to evaluate. Connor, get your ass back to work now. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Andrew, Uncle Slam, J Mac, Wolfman, and Jedi Theorist. I appreciate all you guys. Prayers are with Jason, and we hope that he will be able to join us again in 2 weeks for Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, and then again for Endgame. I really would like to have the full panel for Endgame and maybe even a few extras. So we're going to see what I can do here. Check out the storefront. This is the last thing I'm going to plug. Check out the storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. Wolfman actually has the new variation on. I am wearing the old variation. So go and pick up either one. They're both still available on the storefront. The old one is only going to be up there for a limited time more. So if you want version 1.0 of Mayhem Media's logo, then pick it up now. Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc still doesn't have a storefront, and I'll be happy to talk to them about that whenever they want, so I can help them with it, so they can have one. But go check that out. Go follow everybody. Go hit the share button, and remember that there's no reason we all can't succeed, and there's no reason we can't help each other do that. So,
amen. With
that, I am the bad guy of podcasting. Your host, JD, and that's the end.